Good afternoon, sensitive souls. And it's been a while, I think, since I've come online and directly spoken with you. I shared the Song of the Soul, the Songs of the Soul, and we attuned to nature and something about soul and the nature around us, which touches into something deeper within us. And for this time together, I thought it would be a deep dive into our soul and sensing where the wounds are in ourselves, sensing where we have felt very wounded, where we have felt hurt, and why this can feel so often hard to stay with or to feel we can share here. A sense of wanting to avoid those places where we've abandoned ourselves or felt abandoned, and kind of respecting or honouring in ourselves this disconnect, a disconnect from ourselves. And at core to this sensitivity or returning home to the soul, to our sensitivity, is a sense of coming home. So when we disconnect from ourself, let's sense that the self, ourself, yourself, let's say whoever you are, the sense of disconnecting from home, from your sense of yourself, in order to carry on. So we're attuning to places in ourself where love has left us. Not all of us, just a part of us, where we have abandoned part of ourselves in order to carry on. And there's a sense here of love left. And let me just ponder on this sentence, and the sentence is, can we trust in the love that is within us and near us? Can we trust the sense of returning to that love again? And that's a lot, isn't it? It's quite a call, isn't it? Returning to love in the places that we've left. Can we trust that love is always here? Can we trust that love is always present, a loving presence? It's a deep soul ponderance, isn't it? Reflection, contemplation. So in the places where we've hardened ourselves, you think about, it's like a protection. If we've had a wound, feel deeply wounded, there's a sense within us that we weren't met here, that we were let down. We let each other down. Nobody was here. So there's something about this place that feels lonely, like a feeling of, could even have a sense of shame here, the shame to share here. But what if we said that we're trusting that love has never left us, that love is always here in those places? What would that be like? What would it be like in ourselves to trust in that love again? Because we know what it is to separate from that. We know what it is to feel distant in ourselves from those places, to avoid those places or disassociate from self And in essence, our self is our home. So we're disconnecting from our home, disconnecting from ourselves. So I think there's something profound about the journeying home to ourselves that feels significant and deeply important. Because within us, if we expand our awareness and sense ourselves as beings in this cosmic galaxies, if we think of the Earth, it's spinning through space in this moment as I'm talking to you, and this sense of this aliveness it's going through, and these planets and stars circling us, and we're in constant movement. So it is feeling that, and feel nature in its constant movement. It's raining, it's sunny, it's there's hailstones, there's snow, there's bright sunshine. But there's a sense of flow. There's not a resistance or a kind of defense or trying to stop this from occurring. It's life, isn't it? And we're part of that life. But somehow in us, where we've got wounded, there's something that's resisting the experience of what occurred in those places for us. And so something about in us, there's a sort of feeling of separation. We've separated from this flow, separated ourselves where we've been wounded or hurt. We're separated. And then there's something of a withdrawal, and we're not in the flow, and there's somehow a sense of not sharing. Something's too much in myself to be near, and there's something too much to share somehow from that place. And that place is to do with me, myself, and my home. So there's a sort of porthole in a way. We're touching in to a painful place within us. The energy's denser, because if it was flowing, it would be fluid. But here it's dense, density, and somehow it's stuck, it's not moving. But within this kernel, there's a sense of a potential here, because within us is home, the self, and from this place, if there was an ability for us to start to turn towards it, to share, there's something about bringing movement back here to the flow of life again. And there's a sense in myself, when I touch into that, of love. There's something in me, if I've had to protect myself here, it's like a defence, and for good reason, we honour that. But now, is this serving me so well in my life, And where I've hardened, it's like a sense of softening. The sense in the places that are hidden to me, where I've hidden, maybe I don't see, or I've hidden myself here. There's something about, I'm not trying to fix it, I'm not trying to do anything. There's just something about softening and bringing that loving presence to myself. And what would that be like? And you can see I'm much slower. I'm slow, I'm sensing, taking my time, and just allowing the possibility in the places where we have shut down or disconnected from wounds and where we have felt hurt, that my awareness in myself is softening here. Something's softening. And often in these places we're much younger, and it's like turning the script of, if it had been parents, mother or father or family members where I felt hurt. It's like that script can turn into the love that you did not get in those places where love left, turning those roles within us to that love, to ourselves, to love again the places that were hurt or wounded or abandoned. And that's an experience, it's not a thought. I'm not thinking about, oh, when I leave here I'm going to start to love those places again. It's in this moment, in this experience, I'm learning to love. You know, we can all do that together now in the places where we have been wounded, to trust that that loving presence is here and has always been here. And we can trust in that, turning towards ourselves, coming home to the self, ourselves. We'll start a process of movement, a movement back into life. And to be in touch with ourselves is one of the most important, precious and sacred experiences we can have in this life, to know thyself. Because at the heart of who we are, where our hearts are open, is ourself and our connection to the infinite consciousness, divinity. Whatever word resonates with you, if it be God, higher consciousness, infinite consciousness, awareness, whatever touches you is a deepening of soul work, which is what we need in this world to deepen. We are deep souls that are connected to something much bigger and rooted through the earth with our ancestors and our roots, and that's another experience to deepen when we're returning to wounded and hurt places, is our rootedness. And I'll just sort of end with the sense of, let's feel the ground beneath us when we do this work, because we're not just up in our heads, separated from Mother Earth. We're deeply interconnected. We're part of her being. She is us, you know. We're not just on the earth, we are the earth. We belong. So that right to be, and also the right to belong. We're not excluded, we're included in her. She is the life force within us. And sensing your own roots, sensing the trees around you, and also through the planet, the sense of, I can feel the roots of the trees in the planet, grounding, and feeling that within us, feeling her holding us tenderly, feeling the gravity of the earth within us. Yeah, and combining those three, that is the sense of the higher infinite central channel, connecting with the horizontal, integrating our wounds and deepening ourselves, our soul, into our roots. So for now, that's where we are, dear friends. I hope this helps in some way, and that I'm transmitting healing, a healing energy of coming home to ourselves, and connecting to the wounds that we needed to turn away from when we were younger. But now that we're older, we can return to the love that is within us and present within us, to those places. And this is an experience from moment to moment, to return to love within us. So if this helps you, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll continue to send out and transmit this love that is returning to us in moments that are not easy to be in. But really there is no way out now, because the world is in a place where all we need for us as a species to move forward is to return to love, because we can't continue where we are. It's not working. Much love, and bye for now.